first run doesn't count. That's always a practice. It's like the warm-up run, obviously. We were warming up. So, one frustrating thing I'm experiencing right now is I was using a Google phone number as my authorization phone number. Shut up! My phone was trying to, like, text-to-speech me there. Anyway, I was using a Google phone number as my authorization, like, two-factor thing for Twitch. And I didn't notice that it expired. The phone number was taken away. And I could log in just fine. But if I want to, like, connect my OBS to Twitch so I could have docked chat and, like, activity feed stuff, I needed to reauthorize it. And so I'm changing the phone number. And the process for changing your authorization phone number, your two-factor Authy phone number on Twitch, is at some point in the next 2 to 4 days, they will call you to confirm the number. They won't tell you when, but at some point in the next, like, 3 or 4 days, the phone will ring. And I will have to catch that. And that's just ludicrous. Just do it with a robot. Just send me a text message right away. Why are they trying to catch me? Like, yeah, I bet it's not his real phone. We'll call it a random time. 3 a.m. on a Thursday. Like, it'll be while I'm at work or something. It's gonna be super frustrating. Think about watching The Terror again. Season 1? Because Season 1 of The Terror was pretty good. I didn't watch Season 2, though. Additionally, how's it going, Jim? Isn't it only 1 season? I believe there's a 2nd season. It's whoa! Hey! There's a term I'm looking for. Oh, I just noticed the box in there. When you have a season of a show with a cast, and they do a story, and then season 2, unrelated story, the same cast, but they're playing different characters, I'm forgetting the term for that kind of experience. I might be thinking of a different show. Anthology, thank you! The Terror, 2018 drama, 2 seasons. Yeah, The Terror Infamy. I haven't seen season 2. Season 1 is a old-timey ship stranded in the ice. Everyone slowly going nuts. Something out there picking people off. There was a shitty MMO that asked me to call them once to make sure it was me in Europe. Just emails are fine. Like, who's gonna try? I shouldn't say that. Like, obviously people try and steal accounts for everything all the time. It's just inconvenient for them to be like, yeah, we're gonna reach out at a random time. Like, that doesn't make it more secure. If someone stole this information, they will probably have it in a day or 2. Or at the very least, don't make it random. Just be like, yeah, it's gonna be like this time in 2 days. That way, if the whole idea is like, we'll give them time to get their phone back if it's stolen. But the random part, that's just silly to me. I didn't know there was another season. It was based on a book that was based on the true events. Yeah, like The Terror, the name of the boat. Like, it's all pretty built in. I was also surprised to find out they announced a 2nd season. Which, again, unrelated to the first, anthology style. I do enjoy anthology-based TV shows. Speaking of TV, I am excited for... Mike Flanagan. I love his stuff. Everything he's done has been just fantastic. He has a new show coming out based on the fall of the House of Usher. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I'm excited for that. You didn't have intercontinental phone fees, so you didn't? Yeah, right? It's like, nah, I think maybe there's a better way, guys. Woo. Doo-doo, doo-doo. What else have I experienced recently? I watched season 1 of Twisted Metal, thanks to Chiller Whale. They were very, very kind. They lent me their login for Paramount Plus, since they made it exclusively for Twisted Metal and they were just letting it cancel after the show was over. So I also got to watch it. And it turns out all of my complaints were because it was secretly a prequel. It's not actually adapting Twisted Metal. It's a prequel to what will be an adaptation of Twisted Metal in Season 2. That caught me off guard. How is Twisted Metal? It's weird. Like, it almost feels like it's a show from, like, 2002, but without, like, some of the bad humor that we've moved away from since then. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. It's interesting that they got a show at all. Yeah, it's a franchise that kind of hasn't been active for a while. Like, they haven't had a new game in quite some time. I didn't think people even remembered it. I love Twisted Metal 2, and I love Twisted Metal Black. I think most of the other entries are pretty middling to bad. If it's not about Twister or Axel, I'm out. Axel is confirmed to be in Season 2, because, again, this was actually a prequel. It doesn't feature the Twisted Metal tournament. It's just setting up the world and the characters. And then they tease, like, oh, the tournament's gonna happen the next time. And Axel will be a part of that. And they're really just mixing and matching characters from all over the place. So, like, Twister was there, but you didn't really get to see Twister be Twister very much. Never spent much time playing them. I've spent a lot of time with Twisted Metal 2 and Black. 1 wasn't very like, it was fine, but it wasn't great. 2 was way better. I thought 3 was, like, kind of bad? Oh, God. The one where you played as, like, little RC cars was, like, cute, but not terribly memorable. But this is really, like, it mostly is pulling from 2 and Black, the TV show, so there was a lot of fun little references that I could enjoy. Gaming only opened up in the last 15 years. You only had a N64 until about 2009. Well, there you go. Yeah, Twisted Metal, not so much on the N64. But the N64 had some great games on it. Honestly, a lot of my fond video game memories are N64 related. Mostly Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1 related, but all of my, like, fun with friends and multiplayer are N64 related. Making 2 games where you need DLC drivers, it was multiplayer required. Yeah, the last few entries of Twisted Metal were just abysmal. Games made by Nintendo and Rare, I mean, that's the best stuff from the N64. Outside of VW Bug Racer and, like, the Lamborghini Racer games, 2 weirdly favored racing games for me and my friends. It's weird that, like, a VW Bug related racing game existed at all, but it did. 574 monies. You know what? I'm just gonna get out of here. I didn't find any wands, but I'm wealthy. Yes, they did add Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap as well, right? I am honestly surprised we haven't gotten, like, a new Pokemon Snap at all. Like, the Switch and the Wii U. They're the perfect format for a goddamn Pokemon Snap game. Snap was there at launch? Jeez, I'm having weird false memories. I think it's because I recently watched a video on the development of Pokemon Snap. And that has erased my brain's, like, knowledge of when it was put on the Virtual Console. No, no! Go away from me. How can you do Stadium without the Game Boy adapter? I wonder. Like, technically you could be playing the early Pokemon games on the Switch. I wonder if they let you put it in there. Wonder if that functionality exists. Start a... Oh, oil blood. Sorry, farmers. I didn't take your baby. Didn't take the glass cannon. Bottom. I was really hoping for a spell shot down here. Just take the chainsaw off. Glass cannon equals life! I know you love it. I didn't take it though. The animations for combat are somehow better than Pokemon. Pokemon, I already forgot the name. You have the letters there, and I'm like, I can't remember at this point. It's not Sword and Shield anymore. It was like... Silver, whatever. It's tough. If I can't load my level 90 Mewtwo in the stadium, it's not worth it. There has to be a way. I haven't played the newest Pokemon games. I watched Troaxium play it a little bit. At some point, I was just like, I think I'm alright. Oh, they're gonna need it. Yeah, might as well grab both. New Pokemon Snap's on the Switch. One of the better Pokemon games we got recently. Oh, there you go. Because Game Freak didn't do it. Aww. You've only ever played Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go's fine. Like, you lose the RPG experience, but it's the Pokemon experience anyway. You're still collecting tiny little creatures. This is terrible. This is a terrible wand idea. Let's just go back to what we had. We'll get the Z-bolts and something sooner or later. Next floor. I better find some wands. This is garbage. And give you silly names, exactly. And with Pokemon Go, you have the experience where those silly names could be prominently displayed at public locations that people have to deal with. That's a lot of friends coming at me. When one of the nests spawns directly under your spawn point, it's very frustrating, because they have plenty of time to start spawning. And you get to deal with it. Alright. Oh, good lord! I hate the fireflies. They're dumb lava blood! Get out of here! Someone explain to me how any part of the N64 can be better looking than the Switch game. Just sounds like they spent more time on those animations back in the day than they did on the newer stuff. Again, haven't played the new Pokemon, so I don't know. What do you got for me? Invisibilium? Not really what I'm looking for. Sand pouch. I'm currently walking around with a soil pouch, which I'll fill with mushrooms if I have the access at some point. Get out of here. Get out of here. Woo! Whoa! Stop running. Last Pokemon game that I, like, seriously put time into, I think was Sword? And even then, I didn't finish that. The last Pokemon game I finished, I believe, was Black. Whichever one was on the 3DS, that's the one I, like, saw the end of. Last one you bought and played was Alpha Sapphire. That's a good one. A good wand. Well, I don't even know about the wand. It has spells I want. I love triggers. Oh, thank God. You can do some good stuff with that. Pokemon... Like, I understand why people love and play every Pokemon. But for me, it got a little bit... Here's your yearly regurgitated experience. Like, it didn't add enough each time. Because, like, hey, it has new Pokemons in it. Like... They're not that different from each other when you get right down to it. Like, oh boy. A different fire fighting type. That's what I was needing. Remember when Twitch Plays Pokemon beat the game? Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, spending, like, a full price admissions ticket to a Pokemon game, that's outrageous to me, because you're just playing the same goddamn game. At least the new one had, like, an open world thing going on, so I was like, okay. Alright, this seems like a little bit different. They changed it up a little bit. It's Madden with cuter players. Like, it's your Madden, it's your new edition of Call of Duty, it's your new FIFA, you know, the same thing that comes out over and over again. And for people that love it, that's what they're looking for. So, like, again, no judgment. I'm sure someone like Opera would be like, yeah, but like a new game comes out that's basically Dark Souls, you're gonna play the hell out of that. To which I say no. I only play the good ones. I was part of Team Chaos during the original run of TPP. Nice. No, come on! Although, with this, I should be able to burn my way in, and I am immune to fire. I'm coming, new wands! Okay, that's filled with prizes. I think I might grab this. I might even just replace my bomb with it. Yeah, I might just replace my bomb with it. My thinking being I could use this to get to the overgrown cavern. The fungal cavern. Come on, out of my way. Just top up my water bottle. You still regularly play Pokemon hacks because they're great? No complaints here from that. Like, that's fun stuff. Like, if I ever pick up a Pokemon game I haven't played yet, except for, like, again, the new one, it's a little different. I would probably just play that normal, but any other Pokemon game, I would probably be like, you know what? Even though I've never played this before, it's a Nuzlocke. That's how I'm doing this one. Just to keep a little fresh. What? Oh, gold. Alright, can we find some fun? Nope, not that way. I have 82 health, I just want to do some drugs. I really thought burning my way in this way I would have access. Maybe over here? Hello. Anything fun? We got Water Trail, we got Chaotic Spread. I hear Explosive Projectile got buffed. No, Explosive Bounce got buffed. Vacuum Field, Random Projectile. You know what, I'll take Water Trail. If we get lucky, this could turn into a silly experience. I feel like one of the last runs we did, it was a flood the entire map and just swim around electrocuting stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that again, but without the screen being bright-ass white. Since we were flooding it in Acceleradium, which was so bright. It was a wonderful run. It really was fun. Okay. Son of a bitch. I knew I shouldn't be messing around with this wand, and yet I did it anyway. I'm out of here. That Fish Plays Games guy, he's still doing new stuff. I believe he was doing Elden Ring recently. Goldfish Plays Elden Ring. I didn't even know how to read, or stats, right? One of the more wild experiences of growing up was going from like, yeah, I like Pokemon, I like ghosts, to sitting down with a friend and they're like, so what's your EVs? And like asking me questions about like minutia stats and breeding. And I'm like, what? Ghosts? Did you not hear me? I like ghosts. Competitive, like, Pokemon breeding and all that nonsense is just wild to me. Missing no ghost Pokemon. Best Pokemon. 0.2.6. 0.1.7. It's non-shuffle. I understand it. I refuse to waste time doing it. Yeah, like, eventually I picked up on, like, what the hell is going on with this stuff, and I was like, who cares? But, like, these are people that would go to a convention and, like, be part of the competitive scene in PvP Pokemon. If I remember, they were actually part of, like, the official Pokemon training experience for Comic-Con one year. Like, people would have to find them and challenge them at Comic-Con. So, like, for them it makes sense. Like, they have skin in the game, so to speak. Every team's the same, save for one or two. They tried to keep, like, varied teams together, that way at least it was somewhat fair, not like, just here's the competitive meta and nothing else. But they still train the hell out of their Pokemon, so it's still a challenge. Pistols at dawn. None of my Pokemon have the pistol ability? Will this be a problem? Doo-doo. That'll do. My Pokemon is Gun. It has one move. It's called Blam. Get. You know, for this one, I might as well do something like Bifurcated. But it has a 2 mana drain, and Double Spell has a 0 mana drain, so no, this is fine. This'll do. Take these out. Water Gun. Isn't that an ability, not a Pokemon? Again, I cannot stress enough how not a Pokemon expert I am. Might grab rock to have rock. Pistolet A-O. Or O's pistol. Huh. Sparkly Bounce. I feel like Sparkly Bounce has a super high appearance rate, to the point where we have it twice in this shot. How many slots do I have on this one? 6? 190, 50. This is 498. They didn't have enough letters. Ah. That's fun. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab some rock. Even if we're not using it now, it might come up later. Rock is rock. Rock is life. Will I set up another wand? What's my second best wand stat-wise? This guy. It's a shuffle wand, but if we get Luminous Drill, it's my favorite kind of Luminous Drill wand. Relatively fast, we can make it faster with certain modifiers. Has a bigger mana charge than a mana max, so it refills pretty fast. It's good stuff. Okay, okay. Rock is life. Yes, it is. Although again, I will always shill for... I'll shill for, my real favorite. What's that? Fire Potion. My real favorite, of course, is, Slime Cloud with... damage fields. I love Slime Cloud. He also voiced Luigi in Mario Kart 64. Did someone other than Chris Martinet voice Luigi in Mario Kart 64? I know he does most of the main Mario people. Both Mario Brothers were voiced by Frenchmen. Oh. For like every version? I can't believe he's retiring from the voice. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's the end of an era. Which I guess means he's probably not the voice for Mario and Mario Wonder. A game I'm very excited for. He's officially retiring from Mario. Which means he's also retiring from, you know, Wario and Waluigi and Luigi. Because he's done, like, all those voices for ages. Oh, I see what you're saying. So it was Charles Martinet, but you're just saying he's a Frenchman. The first VTuber. Yeah, end of an era not having him be the voice. This hurts me more when Kojima left David Hayter behind. I still do not understand why he did that. You went from having, like, a person who brought passion to every line read to the sleepiest sounding version of Snake ever. I do not care for, it's Kiefer Sutherland, right? I don't care for his Snake rendition. It just sounds like he wasn't, like, trying. Or more likely, he didn't care about the source material. It's just like, yeah, whatever. He likes having celebrity friends. It's true, but, like, David Hayter is a celebrity. Like, he's not the same level celebrity, but, like, he's a celebrity. The man's directed movies. Like, come on. Not cool, Kojima. He also played Luigi in Mario Party 1 and 2. Kiefer Sutherland was Luigi in Mario Party 1 and 2? I guess my question is like Charles Martinet, I think he's done like most of their voices for most of the games, right? Or you were saying that David Hayter did the voice? That can't be right. Can't be David Hayter. 82 health. Got some wands. Doing fine on money. I could be doing even more fine on money. Let's see the buff here. 3 golds. 3? Alright, instead of 2s coming out, it's 3s. The question's gonna be like, when we get the big chunks, is it gonna be multiple big chunks? Gravely Luigi be fantastic. The guy who played Luigi in Mario Kart 64 was Yulian Bardakov. Oh! Oh, well, we didn't get that many uses out of it. The real MVP voice actor for Mario Kart 64, and I'm sure we could all agree, is whoever did the voice of Toad. That dude brought some screams to the experience. That's a good Toad. The Mario Kart 64 Toad will always be like the voice of Toad for me. I gotta rip some of those sounds from a soundboard. Wahoo! Like, I need that one. They found it was a better fit. Well, there you go. When's Bloodborne Kart gonna come out so we can get our... Oh man, free rock? I bought 2 rocks. Don't remember any of the Mario Kart 64 voice work except for Toad. Exactly. Exactly. You saw that Bloodborne Kart meme too? Oh, of course. Most of my, like, meme experiences are FromSoft video game-based memes. Which includes all of the current Armored Core memes, which are very good. There's a lot of really good stuff making fun of Iguazu, who deserves to be made fun of. Piercing with a whole bunch of lightning. Unfortunately, 4 seconds is very slow. But gravity field and some triggers. So, reduce recharge and triple scatter, quite nice. A whole bunch of fireworks are, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Concentrated spread's nice. Or reduced spread, rather. Question is, do I replace this, or do I just... I ditch my teleport? I like having my teleport, especially small teleport. I think I'll just say goodbye to all the fireworks. They just took him in for a tour. He tested the game, they asked if he wanted to play Toad. Does Mario Kart 64 Toad sound like a Neko Arc? I'm not sure I know what Neko Arc is. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, what we got? Ooh, add mana. Ooh, per a true orbit. Sparkly bounce? Oh, not sparkly bounce. Is that lightning bounce? Lightning bounce. And linear arc. I have no clue why Toad always sounds like an 80-year-old chain-smoking grandma. Hey, some homing? It's a me, Toad. Hey, Mario. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Our princess is another castle, Mario. Sorry about that. You came all this way. Oh, you're a peach for not being upset about it. You're always so understanding. Thanks, Mario. Come on, stay for dinner. I know you're hungry. Come on. Where are the non-carcinogenic cigarettes so we could have that in our culture forever? One day they'll make cancer-free cigarettes that still destroy your vocal cords. Well, these 3 wands are all replaceable if I need. I want that add mana, and it's on sale. And honestly, it's a non-shuffle with 6 slots and decent stats. Like, that's not bad. Everything's carcinogenic. Oh, that's true. Vaping kinda is, with unknown long-term effects. I'm sure one day we'll find out. And mana, very nice to have you on board. What else we got going on here? Now that I have homing, I do love Deathcross. It's a very nice homing spell. I sure will. You vape, ephemeris? What are you vaping? You respect the voice actors of Toad, the voice annoys you to no end. Would you prefer the voice of Toad from the Super Mario Super Show? Or whatever one had, like, the multiple characters. Which one was that? That was in the Super Show. The one that had, like, Mega Man? Mega Man, Mega Man! Like that voice of Toad? Does it make you sound like the waitress we don't deserve but need? That's the important question. Asking the important questions. Where real flavors are still allowed. Argon's not a carcinogen. There we go. We all just gotta live off Argon. This wasn't the Super Mario Super Show. It's the one that had, like, Mega Man, Mario, Toad, Princess Peach. Link was in it. Captain N, that's probably the one. All I remember is the voice of Toad from that one was just, Mega Man, Mega Man! It's just like, what the hell voice is this? This is a nightmare voice. It's been a while since I've seen it though, so I could be misremembering some elements. That voice was dope. It's a good voice. It's my favorite voice. Alright, I would like... Well, I'm gonna sell that. I should sell the stuff I don't care about first. Put some stuff I do care about up here. Alright, so I want to trigger. Has 116. God damn it. That's very low mana. Never mind. That's not the wand for this. This one. 6 slots. This will be where we build it. Alright, you go there. Put a double spell there. And we have room for 2 modifiers. Amazing. We have homing, so that's going for us. Let's huck you in there. Early SpongeBob episode where the punchline is like, oh, it was you, Nosferatu. Yes, the hash-slinging slasher episode with the light switch. That's right. I'm an expert when it comes to the SpongeBob. I know it all. In French, they just said, oh, it was you, and refused to elaborate further. I guess they just assumed everyone would know that was Nosferatu from the seminal impressionistic German film. They assume the French are cultured enough. There we go. Two fine ones. That's an odd choice. Honestly, we could probably ditch the ad mana at 360 there. In favor of something like this. Here we go. Like what? Who? Why? Americans are uncultured. That's why we had to be told who Nosferatu was. Like, the joke is that it comes out of left field. Like, it's, funny because it's random. Random. Boop boodly. Might as well sell the things I'm not using. Sorry, fish. Oh, God. Alright, off we go. I don't have teleportatium, unfortunately. We're the most cultured. I'm gonna let this collapse. I'm not gonna bother. Where are you going? Cultured like cheese. American cheese. Come on. Stupid explosions. Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, maybe the ad mana would be nice, just for these situations. But the fireball orbit's pretty fucked. Cultured like a petri dish that fell behind the lab desk and was forgotten for 4 years. Me and Andrew were having a conversation the other day. Where we were joking, like, back when Ronald Reagan was, like, running for president, and people were like, an actor running for president? And, like, that was the outrageous thing that was going on, that people just couldn't wrap their heads around. And then you compare that with right now, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a chance that, a convicted felon who's been impeached will run again. It's like, boy, let's go back to that, like, an actor's running, and that was the weird part? And, like, people really want him to run again? Whoa! Almost got me. Yeah, this one's working. You met someone who didn't believe cream cheese was a form of cheese. He's even showing them the Wikipedia page. That's weird. Why would they think it was cheese? What did they think it was? And it's not even like a new form of cheese. Like, cream cheese is pretty old. Neufchâtel. We figured that out a long time ago. You got Neufchâtel, you got, friggin'... hold on. It's the... What the hell is it called? Now I can't remember. It's an Italian sweet, soft cheese. My brain's really just forgetting. George Santos was an actor too. What? Not Brie. Not creme fraiche. Think like stuff you shove into a cannoli. Mascarpone, yes, thank you. Like a creamed cheese that is sweet and spreadable. It's not a new concept, jeez. fromage d'ortel. Not sure I know that one. Ah, explosion immunity. Why aren't you in my life right now? Omelette du fromage. That's a show I should revisit. I haven't watched Dexter's Lab since I was a child. Toe cheese. Oh, well that's why I said ew. Oil trail and a whole bunch of black holes. Bing, bing, bing. Some people don't even know that the joke was that omelette du fromage is wrong. What? I took one entire semester of French in high school, and I had no idea that was wrong this whole time. What's wrong about it? It should be fromage du omelette? I know order of words is always what I get wrong in these things. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage means of cheese. Wait, omelette doesn't mean omelet? What's omelet in French? No, I want to keep that. I could just like ditch this stuff, but is it worth it? No, absolutely not. Omelette au fromage. So wait, it means omelet of cheese as opposed to cheese omelet? I'm just hoping... As if cheese was a person. Oh, gotcha. What if I made the omelet with the cheese base and didn't use eggs? That'd be delicious. Haha. Another explosive over here, right? Maybe if a Children of the Corn thing, just with cheese. Children of the Corn? I need elaborations on this joke. For me, that sounds like, alright, we're gonna make a Children of the Corn style omelet. Step 1, we're gonna murder all the adults in town. Step 2, we're gonna make an omelet. If we want to be very specific, we could go with jokes about specific entries in Children of the Corn, like step 1, we're going to shove a blow-up doll into the street to get a bunch of people to pull over and then kill them. I've seen every Children of the Corn movie. Most of them are very bad. Ah, that reminds me, I still have to watch a specific movie for everybody. A bad movie I hate. Can't make an omelet without breaking a few murder laws and removing the adult population to appease a profane god who walks beyond the rows of corn. I think Children of the Corn... Is it... It's either 4, 5, or 6. Is the one where it just takes place in the city of Chicago, and, like, they start growing corn in a warehouse, like, in the middle of the city, and there's a giant monster at the end? That's the best one. Sounds like the South Park episode where they force all the adults out of town. The general premise for Children of the Corn is that a religious zealot child finds a, like, unspeakable evil in the corn rows called He Who Walks Beyond the Rows. And the thing is like, alright, kill all the adults and feed them to me. And so he slowly convinces all the children to worship this profane god and kill all the adults. The movie follows like out-of-towners that kind of just like get roped into the situation. I believe there's like usually one good kid that they try to save who doesn't want to do all the murders. I see you up there, waiting to blow up on me. I think it was based on Children of the Corn. Probably. A lot of things are usually based off of, like, Stephen King's works. He's pretty influential. And prolific, so there's a lot to pull from. Alright, I'm ready for the gods to be angered. Come on. Just do it. Just do it. Just get it over with. Really? Wow. No angry spiders coming for me, huh? Alright, got my black holes. Lots of them. Worst Stephen King book and/or adaptation? I haven't read a lot of the bad books, so I don't know about worst book. But worst adaptation, there's a lot to pull from there. And there's a lot of different ways to answer that question, which is fun. You could argue that one of the best movies, The Shining, is a terrible adaptation. Like, it skips a lot of the book, it changes a lot of things, but it's, like, undeniably a fantastic movie. But for worst adaptation... honestly, Children of the Corn might be the worst adaptation. It's a shitty movie, but it's fun. The Shining miniseries was pretty bad. It was, even though he likes that more. Been reading through The Boys. How you liking it? I haven't read The Boys, but I watched the first season, I believe. I'll eventually watch more. Foundation, and keep trying it. You're hating how they're changing it. Well, that, you know, if we go into TV shows, at that point, the Shining miniseries might be, like, the worst adaptation, but we also have stuff like Under the Dome, or Rose Madder, I think, got a TV show that I heard was really bad. I'm still waiting. Oh, you know what? I got it. The Dark Tower. Rose Red, that's what it meant, not Rose Madder, Rose Red. The Dark Tower, that's the worst adaptation by far. What a crappy movie. And I love The Dark Tower. It's unfair what they did with that. I know that, Mike Flanagan still wants to do a Dark Tower thing. And, like, some seriously, like, good and influential voices in movies want to do stuff with the Dark Tower. Friggin'... what's his name? Narrator from Arrested Development. Richie from Happy Days. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name. But he wants to do it. Like, what we got just this god-awful movie that had almost no relation to the books. Ron Howard. Ron Howard wants to do it. Like, let Ron Howard and Mike Flanagan team up and make the original pitch was to do the Dark Tower as a series of movies with, like, you would do a movie and then you would do a season of a TV show to, like, bridge gaps between the movies. Just do that. Like, I want as much Dark Tower as you can give me. I love the Dark Tower. Right up until, as Jim mentioned, Stephen King does not know how to end any of his stories. And the Dark Tower has, like, one of the most aggravating endings ever. Like, there's one ending that I'm fine with, but he couldn't even commit to it. Like, he interrupts the book to take you out of the experience to, like, have an author's note about, like, hey, I'm gonna give you multiple choice here. You can stop reading after this, or you can keep going, and, like, that's ending A and ending B. And it's like, just commit! Like, what the hell? Don't do it that way. What's wrong with you? Can we blame Stephen King for Neil Stephenson endings? Oh, Neil Stephenson's also pretty bad at ending. To the point where, like, I couldn't tell you how... I love Cryptonomicon. I probably couldn't explain how that book ends anymore. I kind of forgot about it. I have friends that talk about how good The Dark Tower is. I guess you should get into it. As a book series, love The Dark Tower. Great book series. Like, Stephen King is known as a horror writer, but I would get into a fist fight with people about the fact that his best work is the Dark Tower series. And it's not horror. Like, it is his best work by far. Plus 1000 Cryptonomicon. I love Cryptonomicon. I love Anathem. I think Anathem is one of his better books, even though it's pretty self-indulgent, but it's really good. I like Anathem. And I love Reamdy, or Read Me. Doesn't it bridge a lot of his stories? Yes. The Dark Tower, you could read it without reading any of his other books, but The Dark Tower is like a massive, like, tree, like a trunk, and all of his other books are technically branches off of it, like The Stand, Salem's Lot. Like, a lot of those books all technically have connections to the Dark Tower. Salem's Lot was an absolute slog. I think a lot of his stories are kind of a drag, but I think the Dark Tower is his best stuff. It doesn't drag nearly as much as a lot of his other work. Come on, I'm doing something in here! This isn't your home! I got distracted talking about books. A little bit late to get it, but I always get it. It thinks it's on Netflix, huh? Alright. I watched the first season of Jack Ryan. Oh, come on! I wasn't paying attention! Because I shouldn't have to in the mountain. And that was fun. I'll probably watch more of the Jack Ryan series. I kind of want to watch the Jack Reacher series that happened and compare it to the movie. That just sounds like a fun day to me. Hold on to two of these for a second. Throw you in here. Let's grab... Kind of want Explosion on Slimy. I always love that, but we might not find the actual spell we're looking for. We have someone we call the French Stephen King. If you could find it, recommend the book Silent Movie. I'll keep that in mind. These short stories were put into nightmares and dreamscapes, sort of like Black Mirror, long before the show existed. Would have been nice to get more than one season, but what can you do? Yeah, I feel that way about the Mike Flanagan TV show that happened recently, which was secretly an adaptation series of a bunch of Christopher Pike stuff. And I really enjoyed Christopher Pike growing up. Oop-a-doop-a-doop. That's fun. I thought we had true orbit, but we actually have orbiting arc. The French dub translates to ho 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 ho. Good, good, yes. If we had Breathless, I would definitely do that. Do I have anything that I could throw, like, fire-based stuff on here real fast? That's... That's fun. Captain Christopher Pike! No, I want more Strange New Worlds. I haven't seen the new season of Strange New Worlds. Was it still as good as the other stuff? The season 1? If I had Fire Trail, I could do something very good here. You know, I'm gonna leave this going here. The latest season was great. I heard there was a musical episode, which makes me very curious. No, I'm just gonna sell this whole wand here. And new lower decks just started back up. Nice. Wait, what did I have here? Oh yeah, I had my fireball orbit. Well, you know what? I'm gonna keep this the way it is. I'm gonna take this out, throw you on there, because we have homing, might as well. And we'll huck just another fun little explosive thing on there. I would say that Strange New Worlds is about as close as you can get to, like, what I would call good classic Star Trek, like what you would expect from a Star Trek. Like, I haven't been into most of the newer Star Trek stuff. I really like Next Generation, I really like Deep Space Nine, and it does feel like more of a return to that kind of form. So if that's what you're looking for, it might be worth a subscription. Because I don't want action movie Star Trek. Like, I want like moral conundrums. I want people arguing about the Prime Directive. That's what I want. So if something comes up close to me, I have a very scary wand for them. Awkward Vulcan romances. I think Peacock is a separate service from Paramount Plus. Peacock is like related to what's CBS? Is that right? One of them? There's too many streaming services. I'm going to burn this jungle to the ground. Let me tell you. I have somehow lost half my health. That's no good. They might be owned by the same people. Who even knows anymore? Like, Disney owns Hulu, and yet they have 2 services? This is a wand. Went back to Monogatari, not to be confused with the Monogatari series. You're still enjoying it. I need to finish Monogatari. I've finished the Monogatari series. I love that these are 2 different things. But Monogatari just means, like, story, so it makes sense. It's a word that's gonna come up often. That's a lot of worm. It's very fun. It's a spiral of laser beams surrounded by explosives that leaves behind a trail of burning oil. Junji Ito was right. Spirals. I gotta get explosion immunity. I am hurting myself with this wand. Just a short jaunt through the jungle. Fistfight a non-Euclidean being in submission. More rock. You know, quad spell is probably what I'll grab. +1. Let's just go ahead and... No, I can't understand Japanese without kanji. That's good, that's good. You're learning. I guess I'll take melee immunity. And I guess I'll... I could re-roll. Like, quad spell, not super necessary. And I could just sell all this garbage for a lot of extra money. I'll make my laser beams PP yellow, just for funsies. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll, just see if we can get something better for these last two. Sure, phasing. And sure, homunculus. Why not? It's really just looking for explosion immunity. Sell the whole wand and all the spells inside. And we're back. Plenty of money now. Or unlimited spells, that would have been great. Wouldn't have said no to unlimited spells. Really? Gods aren't pissed off about that? There we go. That rock's gonna figure out how to get in there sooner or later. What a leisurely rock murder. The Being Story. But since the title is all of that stuff, I got no clue. I know Monogatari is, like, loosely just the story of, or a story. Which is why the Monogatari series is fun, because it's like, what's this story? Oh, it's the story of an idiot. Baka Monogatari. A very good murder. Very leisurely murder. Do 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 do. Whoa! A lot of lasers came from behind. Didn't even see you there. Enjoy. Burning laser beam is good. I like it. How'd your shield work out for you? Ghost story. I mean, the Japanese just love puns in general. As a not speaker of Japanese, it's mostly fun for me watching subtitles struggle to try and be like, alright, we gotta make it so they understand that this is a pun. Because sometimes they'll go and like, we'll just make a new pun that kind of fits in there, and then the other way is, we'll literally translate the pun, and then we'll have a very elaborate translator's note on the top of the screen. So if anyone wants to know, they have to pause the show. And a lot of that particular author's adaptations are just like giant screens of text. So those are fun. You wanted to read those? Yeah. Like, if I begin trying to learn Japanese, which I do want to do at some point, well, I'm all out of health. It's time to try and get out of here. It's gotta be for that series. Or just his works in general, like all of his crap's like that. Yeah, Sayonara Zetsuma Sensei is a great experience and is filled with that kind of shit. I remember there's an episode of that show where there are characters talking, and you have their subtitles. There's a radio show that has concurrently running jokes about what the characters are talking about, so those subtitles are on top of the screen. And then there's a series of title cards that keep on flashing in between cuts, and those are on the screen, and you're just like you're trying to, like, you're picking characters to read, like, okay, you're watching with a friend, you read the top, I'll read the bottom, we'll consult notes afterwards. Editors argue with each other. Yeah, editors' notes about stuff. It's good stuff, it's good stuff. Started to read some manhwa, never knew how much you were missing. Now that those are starting to get, like, adaptations, I might have to start reading some of those too. 2 rocks, that'll take care of the problem. I feel like Rock used to be way more efficient at taking him down. Good, stainless armor. I will never benefit from it. I'm gonna be covered in oil for the rest of my life. Slick and greasy. Do 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 do. A translator note with little emoticon for a seagull calling. That's good. Concise, very concise. Do do. Sound effects of rain was just ah. Ah! One thing I really enjoy is the love for sound effects that aren't culturally in the West considered sound effects that the Japanese love so much. Like, I really enjoy G for, like, stare. Like, characters will say it out loud while staring at people. It's like, I wish we had more of that. It's just fun. Sir, how immune to laser, fire, and explosion are you? Yeah, Nin with her sneaking. The author of Bocchi the Rock was a comic at the Celadosian. She was so popular they sent her to a back alley to unclog the venue. It's like, you gotta get out of here. I'm glad, because Bocchi the Rock was phenomenal. Like, easily the best anime of that season. A++. I love good depictions of, like, social anxiety. And that one was just very good. Paired with, like, just good animation direction A plus 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 plus. Might have been the best show last year. I would be willing to say yes. Best show last year. I would have to really commit to that. I would have to go over all the shows I watched last year, because I confuse time a lot. I'm a Rust Coal person. Time is a flat circle. Hey, another Holy Lance. It's nice to see the new spells popping up. Ya boy Kong Ming was good. No, not on the same level. I enjoyed that show, but Boshi the Rock was just way better. No question about it. Way better. Not to say it was bad, it's just, again, Boshi the Rock was stellar. Phenomenal. Gonna stare into the blinding light that is the beam of fire I emit. You shit! No! How did I not see you? You were literally standing in front of me. Can't beat Sayonara Pun Pun when it comes to social anxiety. I wonder if they'll ever adapt Goodnight Pun Pun. It's quite the read. Ruining every punchline for your brother by knowing how history went. Well, you see, what's gonna happen here is... Oh yeah, like I said, Goodnight Pun Pun is quite the read. Like, it's going to impact you on some level. Now I get explosion immunity? Come on! Great. Well, I guess I'm completely immune to my own laser beam of fun. What more could I ask for? Slap you on there. 10-minute rap battle had historical backing. I can't believe Hypnosis Rap Battle's getting another season. Speaking of rap battles, that is a show where literally the premise is people solve their problems by having magic rap battles. Very excited for another season of that. So Alm's talking about, It's Your Boy, Kong Ming, which was a great show. And, that reminded me of Hypnosis Rap Battle, which, again, the premise of Hypnosis Rap Battle is society has removed all conflict, and now everything is solved by people aggressively having rap battles with each other, which are magic rap battles. Like, literally, like, a crime will be happening, and it'll be, like, a dude with a microphone threatening dope lyrics, and then, like, the police show up with their own microphones and they have a rap fight. It said he killed an old general by insulting him too hard. The nice thing about the show, It's Your Boy Kong Ming, is like they do reference like the literary or historical basis for what's happening at the moment. It's a beautiful wand. I really do enjoy this build here. What's the matter? Fight back! Bleh. Alright, we could if we wanted to just hop in there and leave, and obviously we'd be done. So I'll count this in my head as a great victory. Shit, I forgot to put my teleport wand together. Ah, crap. I guess this'll just, like, run out of lava. Long run, let's go! That's what I was saying, like, let's go try and kill the Connoisseur of Wands with what we currently have and see how we fare. But, like, once that portal's there, we could be like, yeah, we won the run. But let's have it end with us dying in some fantastical way. Come on, lava, let's go! Got places to be! Use Omega Saws. Were there any in this shop? I can't remember. Oh yeah, Connoisseur of Wands is very weak to, saws that want to kill the caster. I have no idea, I just got here! Taco! You're supposed to know everything! Also, how's it going, Taco? How are you now, Taco? I miss patting Benji. Joe's library is now available. We could play all of Joe's pornographic video games. I saw a wandering classroom finally. It's so different from the manga. So far removed from the point. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I will inform my family to give Benji a treat. That's what I've decided. When those happen, I'll keep track and I'll be like, alright, you guys gotta give Benji X number snacks. Them's the rules. Nobunaga Concerto. I don't think I know that one. There are a lot of Nobunaga shows, that's for fucking sure. Would you like to watch a show where he's reincarnated as a dog? How about where he's reincarnated with a bunch of other historical figures? What about one where he's played by blank? Like, just so many shows use him. It's great. I enjoyed how much of a sociopath he was in the Drifters anime. That one seemed accurate. Yeah, Drifters. Link it up to redeem him so it texts your parents. I'll have him text my my nephew, who got home from school and immediately was like, "You want to play Fortnite?" It's like, I can't play Fortnite every day. I'm sorry. I have works. I have various jobs I gotta do. And opium addicts. Too historically accurate. From the early isekai boom, normal Japanese student falls into the single. Oh! Yes. I saw the first episode of that one. I didn't actually keep watching it. I typically watch the first, like, 1 to 3 episodes of literally every anime each season just to see, like, what am I gonna watch? Isn't there a fungal cavern on the right-hand side of this particular place? What was that? What was that peace stream? Oh, maybe I'm not high enough on the level for it. would kind of like to do some drugs. Here we go. Fungal cavern. How much they know their own history. You know, I was another thing I was talking with Andrew about. I only just recently started, like, digging into the Bronze Age collapse, which really makes me understand how little I understood of, like, the actual timeline of the history of, like, Greece and the surrounding areas. I had no idea there was a Greek Dark Ages. Or that, on a somewhat global scale, a lot of societies all collapsed around the same time, like 1200 BCE. That was a wild ride to go down, and we still don't know why, necessarily, all those civilizations all collapsed at the same time. Really, you really understand where conspiracy theories for, like, aliens must have been involved come from with that kind of stuff. But that's a fun rabbit hole. You want to talk about the Bronze Age collapse? Let's go! Again, only scratched the surface. I was just reading a little bit about it. Like, we don't know why or how all these different civilizations went down. Quebec's history classes were pretty lacking. I mean, the big thing for me with American history is, like, as a kid, it's... Alright, Thanksgiving happened because, you know, we all showed up and we were all great friends with the Native Americans. And they gave us food. And you're like, okay. And then, you know, you grow up and it's like, oh, no, we did some really bad stuff. It's like, wait, what? What? It's like, yeah. Like, pop quiz, when do you think we stopped doing those bad things? A long time ago, right? Oh, no. The ongoing, like, destruction of culture was still pretty active in the 1970s. Like, what? Come on. You're kidding, right? Like, no. It was pretty bad. What's going on, my dude? That's when I felt most betrayed with my education, was finding out, like, just how shitty all that was. It's like, oh shit, man. Water is now rock. Okay. Wait, what? This is rock and vomit. It's 82% filled with rock, and I can't pour it out because it's literally rock. Interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say, so, with the Bronze Age collapse, I brought this up just a moment ago, because I only just found out about it, and, like, how little I understood about all that fun stuff. So with the Bronze Age collapse, there's a theory that there was a big flood. There's also the opposite theory that there was a massive drought that just completely destroyed, like, the food chain situation for everybody. There's the unidentified sea peoples, and the idea is like, well, they didn't have a home anymore, so they were raiding. I like the total collapse theory, which is basically like every theory combined. Volcanoes happened, there was a volcanic winter, there was a drought in some places, a flood in others, the sea peoples are raiding everybody. And it's just like, oh, that's a fun theory. Everybody's right with that one. That's the everybody gets credit theory. Dinosaurs ate them. There you go. And then, of course, there's, like, all of the crazed... It's like it was Planet X. Planet X swung by. That's what caused the Bronze Age collapse. Ah, shit, I ran out. Anytime Planet X shows up, it's a fun time. I should have been paying more attention to my casts. Classy Katie, hello there. Thank you very much for that raid. Someone give them a shout out. Just chatting? Tell me about your stream. What else were you doing? Welcome, Raiders. I'm Chris here at Shake the Box. We are currently discussing the Bronze Age collapse, which I didn't know anything about until, like, literally yesterday. Queen! You brought your friends! Battle Corgi! I'm back. I am back in Massachusetts. I miss Benji very much, but we're here. Well, like, one of my favorite bits of learning about the Bronze Age collapse is, like, Egypt fared pretty well in it. Like, they entered a smaller version of their empire. And, like, there's a very nondescript speech from Ramses, I think, the second, where he's basically just like, everyone else is dead, but we kept it going. It's like, could you explain how everyone else died, please? Just a little bit more? A little more specific? A classy raid. It's a very classy raid. I forgot to keep talking about... This is Shake the Box. I'm Chris. We play all kinds of stuff here. Right now, Noita. My wand is just a curling stream of lasers with explosions and fire, which is always fun. After this, I'm going to take a look at Starfield for the first time, see what all the fuss is about. And I'll probably also play some more of New Game Plus Armored Core, which has been phenomenal. I've really been enjoying Armored Core. Oh man, the one floor I used to teleport. Doesn't matter, they're dead. Like, that's pretty much like Ramsey's speech is just like a translation is just like, everyone else was not as great as us, which is why they're all dead now. It's like you couldn't explain how all these civilizations all collapsed at the same time, my guy, come on. History's written by the victor and all that, except it wasn't like Egypt invaded and won. It was just everyone else died randomly. Adoring Fan doesn't look as cursed in his newest form. Excuse me. In his case, victory would be survival. I knew this knowledge would give me internet cloud someday. Everyone knows that the "as you all know" trope is cheap storytelling. Ramses was above that, exactly. Modern day Turkey and Persia. Except still just a theory. We don't know for sure. It could have been Planet X. Some very compelling arguments on the internet say that a rogue planet swung by and that's what caused the collapse. Or aliens. Or the Great Sneeze. I'll have you know that the History Channel talks about Planet X potentially causing it. And if we can't trust a channel called the History Channel, what can we trust? Surely they wouldn't just have a bunch of pomp and nonsense. Exactly. Siddhartha could have been involved. The Hollow Earth. One guy had the worst BO ever. A lot of people died. Yeah, he just didn't shower and here we are. Whee! What is this? Is that concentrated mana? Quick, empty the bottle and get that concentrated mana. Come on, come on. Dunk. So many people the Bronze Age didn't shower. It was bound to happen. Exactly. The Shadow Money Wizard Gang. H2G2, the Home and Garden Squared channel has been long enough for me to eat some more mushrooms. Probably. I got a fire and concentrated mana potion. Ah, good enough. Eat them. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes yet, but probably. K Wild Donut, thank you for that follow. Welcome to Shake the Box family. Very happy to have you here. My little homunculi keep getting in the way of my mushrooms. Come on. I gotta go back up top and eat the top mushrooms now. Someone destroy! Ah, thank you. Thank you for sending that bot to the Shadow Realm. There we go, that's enough mushrooms. What's a conspiracy theory you think is actually pretty plausible? Oh god, poison? Whoa, 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 what is all this? Poison transformed? No! God damn it! It transformed oil into poison! My wand makes oil! Oh, we are beyond screwed right now. Yep, nope, there it goes. I'm starting to think that it's not just oil, because it's clearly making more oil right now. Like, we have one of those situations where we are definitely creating a lot more poison. Like, this seems like an infinite poison situation. The whole world is gonna be underwater in purple liquid. Well, that's how the Noita Noitas sometimes. That's how the Noita Noitas. I theorize the Noita devs are out to get Chris. I mean, I shifted the liquids. And I know there's new interactions. We don't know all the new interactions. I don't know the new interactions. I'm sure the wiki does. But, like, there might be a new thing that makes oil propagate. Not oil, poison propagate. I'm trying to think. There are some conspiracy theories that are just like, yeah, that's probably accurate. But now I can't remember any of them. Most of them are all very bad, though. I don't subscribe to them. If everything else dies, you still win. Everyone's gonna be, poisoned. We got that going for us, except for the robots, I guess. The wiki needs it needs a lot of updates. Folks are being slow. Yeah, and, like, they keep on just piling new updates on. Epstein's a popular one. Like that he was moited. I mean, honestly, that would make sense, given his connections to very prominent politicians. Like, I wouldn't be too surprised though. Yeah, look at all the poison coming from over here. That's unrelated to my weapon. Yeah, we definitely had some kind of interaction that was propagating more poison. It looks like it's raining poison, even. I think steam was coming down as poison. My intelligence felt so insulted by the Epstein thing. Alright, I'm gonna go pee, refill my water bottle. And when I come back, we'll take a look, yeah, smoke or steam. I mean, something had to happen with oil, too, because my weapon was just... Oh, you know what? If it's smoke or steam, that would make perfect sense, because my oil was igniting into fire, which is creating poison, which is why I didn't even see oil anymore. Like, it was happening so fast that it was just rolling directly into poison. The moon landing was staged to a certain degree. They didn't just land on the moon one day without doing any prep work. You don't say. You don't say. It's almost like they had to build and support and plan the first journey to an outer space trip. A thing I learned recently. I'm sorry. I've been on a kick of just like learning dumb stuff apparently, but like because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Moon dust, like when you look at like moon dust, you're like, oh, it must be like this fluffy, soft dust. Like it doesn't have too much gravity. It must be so fluffy. But moon dust, because there's no atmosphere, there's no friction on like there's nothing's rolling around on each other. There's nothing grinding it down. So like moon dust is just super jagged, like tiny little pieces of like awful. So, like, all the equipment, like, eroded super fast, including, like, their suits and stuff. Like, the shoes they were walking with, they lost, like, inches on the rubber super fast. Do you think gravity makes things fluffy? I think lack of gravity makes things fluffy. Should be fluffy up there. The one light bulb one concerning planned obsolescence? You see... That is not a conspiracy theory. That's true. That's true. Like, straight up, planned obsolescence in light bulbs is not even a conspiracy theory. That's straight up. We have records of them sitting down and, like, saying, like, you gotta make your light bulbs break faster. Like, that is fact. Fact! Exactly. Like, we have light bulbs from the cartel coming together and saying we gotta, like, make light bulbs go faster. Like, we have light bulbs that are still burning from that time. Only lasted 10 years, and yet the impact of that is a lot longer. Sorry, I really like that one because it's like, this is how shitty we are. BRB!